Okay, apparently I'm live now. Cool. I was hoping to have a little more time to make this guy just look really silly, but whatever. I do have enough time, I think, to at least give him spiky blonde hair as a black guy. Because why not? I'll leave his facial hair the same.
Profile reconstruction
Okay.
complete.
Time does not start just yet. It starts about a little over 2.5 minutes from now, so I'll let you know when that does happen. So a little bit about this character, the stuff that matters, a little bit less than what you see. There's the class, of course, which I'm a Vanguard, and that's just because of the abilities you get. Oh, I should turn off my air conditioner. Definitely have time during this opening cutscene.
That the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
Anyway,
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
we got
Make the call.
Singularity is the bonus power. It's going to be used a couple times. It doesn't really matter much, but it helps. And because it's fast. And other than that, I kept autosaves on just because this is a marathon run. Having those extra saves helps. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I went Earthborn and Ruthless because Renegade points matter. You are forced into Renegade by some of the skips in the game, so yeah.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector.
And it's about a minute to time
All
now,
stations secure
so
for transit.
be ready.
Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Thrusters, check. Navigation,
Alright, I'll do a countdown.
internal emissions sync engaged.
Time starts in 10,
Systems online.
9, 8, 7,
Just under 1500.
6, 5, 4,
1500 is good.
3,
Your captain
2,
will be pleased.
1, go. Technically I said go a little early, but close enough. So what I did there is I just tossed a grenade on the floor, blew it up so that I was able to enter combat and sprint. That is something you're going to be seeing a fair amount of throughout the run.
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
Transmission from
If you're
Eden
wondering
Prime,
how
sir.
I'm
You're gonna
skipping
see us.
dialogue so quickly, that's because I have it bound to the scroll wheel. And I'm actually using 2 different mice for this run. One of them has free scroll wheel, the other one is just my regular mic, regular mouse. And the reason I'm using the 2 different ones is because there are some skips that you kind of need the free scroll wheel to do, cutscene skips specifically. And the only free scroll mouse that I have is wireless, so I prefer to use my wired mouse whenever possible, but I do have the second one connected just for those skips.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all.
Yep, 1 player, 2
Goes
mouse.
dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold the 38.5.
Get on my level. Anyway, the beginning of the run, unfortunately, has a lot of this unskippable
17
type
minutes
stuff,
out, Captain. No other
so
Alliance ships in the area.
not much you can do about it. It gets interesting
Take us in
after
fast
about
and quiet.
10,
This
12
mission
minutes
just
or
got a
so.
lot more complicated.
A small strike team.
And I'm not in California right now, fortunately. I'm in Michigan. It's pretty warm here, but not nearly as warm as it is in
Grab your gear and
California.
meet us in the cargo hold.
No, that phase still ended up pretty strong. So,
Tell Alenko and Jenkins to
I'm
see
okay
that
with it.
you're going in.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
We are approaching drop point 2.
Everyone has to get good, especially me. So we have 2 people in our party right now. We have this kind of whiny guy named Caden, and we have Jenkins. Jenkins is awesome, so of course he dies here. Spoilers. Rip. Run forward and get shot. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and bind these 2 abilities. I'll let Caden finish that last one off. He's taking a while, but he should get there eventually. Yep, he got there.
Got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Now we get our other human character, Ashley. You can skip this by using the free scroll wheel and just weapon swapping past this, but I'm actually going to use her for a fight later on. And it helps to have 2 characters for a little bit in here. Alright, Wandering Mind. Prepare to enjoy the crashes and bugs that is Mass Effect 2 speedrunning. Oops. Wrong command. I meant to do throw there.
Thanks for your help.
Mouse?
I didn't think I was gonna make it.
No. There's my mouse. My mouse just... My cursor disappeared there for a little bit, so that was fun.
Got far into this trench.
I just picked up the armor that I'm going to be using for the entire game. Because, you know... That's all we need. It does make things a little bit precarious in a couple places, but it's actually a pretty decent type of armor, so even though it's only level 1, it's good.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
Yeah, skippable cutscenes are nice.
Oh god, they're still alive.
I wish there were more in this game.
What did the Geth do to them?
Not more cutscenes in general, just, I mean, that more of the skippable. So there's a fight here that introduces you to husks, you don't have to do it. So I'm just going to run past it. Yeah, this is on casual difficulty because I'm a casual.
Sarah.
I suck. Actually, it's because it's just faster. The general idea is either you speedrun on the fastest difficulty or you go on the hardest for extra challenge. And speedrunning this on Insanity I don't think would be very fun. It'd be a lot of actually taking cover and playing this like a, you know, a bit less Rambo, a bit more Gears of War pop and shoot type gameplay. do have to kill these husks, unfortunately. Oh, that guy didn't die. Alright. There we go.
Something's moving.
So now, I'm going to do my first level up. I'm going to get Barrier for a little bit of survival here. I'm going to pick up Mark, a point in Vanguard, and Singularity. This is going to carry me for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and switch weapons to that slightly better one. Usually get armor piercing there, so that's good. And I didn't mean to switch that. I meant to switch that. Ah, crap. Okay. I did not want to swap weapons there. Sometimes the mouse wheel is a little bit more sensitive than I would like. So I made this a little bit slow because of that extra damage that I did. Come on, marksman. I was pressing 3 and nothing was happening. And I died. I decided to play it aggressive there and did another accidental weapon swap when I wanted to use throw. I'm gonna switch to my regular mouse here so I don't have that happen again, hopefully. There we go. That's how you actually do that. Shoot! I've had this glitch happen before. I can't shoot right now. That Mass Effect, people. Okay, this time, make sure I can shoot. Good. Yeah, this game has glitches. They're usually beneficial, but by no means are they always beneficial. Oh man, a pacifist run of this game. There are a lot of things that you would be able to not kill if you wanted, but I'm gonna take this a little bit safer here. Actually take some cover. There we go. Alright.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
So yeah, one of the problems with my free-scrolling mouse is that it just loves to detect the tiniest little nudge, and because I'm swapping bound to both up and down, that means I swap weapons a lot of times when I don't want to if I'm using that mouse. So I'm using my regular one again. Wow, usually you don't start facing quite that direction here.
The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Flush shields.
So at this point I just have to go around, disarm these bombs. It's a pretty easy section. You want to hope that your squad is useful in kill some Geth while you're doing it. Usually they're more helpful than this.
I've lost shields.
Kill it. Die. You can die now. I'm gonna kill these Geth quickly and then investigate the beacon. And you can see that Husk just kind of standing there. You're supposed to have to fight it, but if you kill the Geth, all the enemies that are active are dead, so you can just activate the beacon.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Hey, I'm gonna use her in one fight later on. Because what I want in that fight more than anything, out of my squad mates, I want them to be meat shields, suck up damage, and Ashley's really good at that. Oh yeah, I've had that Trekintosh. You can also have a glitch, which I very well might have happen, where you are locked facing one specific direction. And that's particularly annoying because I tend to get that glitch in the Benezia fight when I get it.
Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
How did I...
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
You know, I could save Ashley instead of Caden.
Sounds like that.
It's not a big deal to
We
me.
should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Hey, Commander.
I usually bring Liara into the last fight anyway. And now we get another cutscene!
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel.
This is probably my biggest problem with the run, is that the early game is so slow. That sounds like Caden. I'll be honest.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Wow, size isn't it?
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers on any ship in the Alliance fleet.
The ship's like a dick.
Citadel Control, this is SS Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
I've had games like that. But I mean, you actually have legitimate reader's interest in something. So... It took me a little while to get through the entire game, but that's just because I got sucked into other games. Yeah. Kasumi's awesome. So to save Kaden or save Kaden. Going ahead and triggering that dialogue because otherwise later on when I fast travel to here I will end up back at this point instead of at the actual fast travel terminal. But then there's this. So what I just did there was I crouched in a corner, quick saved and quick loaded, and did that again. Unfortunately, you can't kill them both. I wish you could. It'd be funny. Although there is a way to bring both of them to the final fight if you do later skip twice. Meanwhile, I'm just doing perfectly intended gameplay. Obviously, you know, kind of falling through a void here. I'm actually moving. Where's this?
Clear.
So now here I'm gonna crouch and uncrouch. I already did it once. What that does is it gets you unstuck, and it is one of many reasons that speedrunning the PC version is far superior to speedrunning the console version, because you can't crouch and uncrouch like that on the console version, which makes quite a few skips either much more difficult or perhaps downright impossible. So, hi Fist. Get out of my way, Kaden. There we go.
Wait, don't kill me, I surrender.
Don't worry, you'll never see me again.
Now, if I was going to die in the early game, I would have expected it to happen here, because sometimes that happens in this section. That's also one of the reasons I play the way I do, where I get barrier.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Because you can see all the damage I'm taking. So that was some nice meta gel that didn't happen. I should have lived there. Seriously, I pressed F like 4 times and nothing happened. I've been having that happen disturbingly often in this game lately, and I don't know why.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
PC games are pretty good generally about not dropping inputs. There we go. It worked that time. No, don't go and cover. And Singularity there was intended to lift that guy up, but he died fairly quickly anyway, so it's all good.
Perimeter secure.
Press F to pay respects.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
Hi, Tali.
Where's the
Welcome to my party for the rest of the game, pretty much.
Lost shields.
Oh, come on.
Just set me up. I knew I could.
Now you can get all those guys with the throw, insta-kill them, but it didn't happen that time.
I was on my pilgrimage, my rite of passage into adulthood. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I...
So, for those of you who don't know, there's basically a quest line that I kind of skipped, including the fact that I'm supposed to have already talked to the council once. Now, come on. So, there's a glitch that occurs if you just let this cutscene play out.
Udina's presenting the quarry
And
to the council.
it freezes the game. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quick save and load that quick save, and now I'm going to go back here and talk to Anderson again, and now I can play the cutscene correctly and become a Spectre, because otherwise it tries to play both of those Citadel Council cutscenes at once, and the game just doesn't know how to handle that.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
And yes, I do have dialogue advancement on the scroll wheel. Bit more unskippableness here.
Commander Shepard.
Butler Shepard, step forward!
It is the decision
Of the Council that he be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel. Spectres are trained, but chosen. Individuals lodged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file. Spectres are an idiom, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will. Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold. You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
So yeah, figured I'd try to make that at least a little bit entertaining because it's a while. So now I'm supposed to ride an elevator to the Normandy, but you know, elevators are slow and boring. I am doing those skips, but I'm doing the planet order a little bit differently because otherwise the Pharaoh skip is dumb. So instead I'm going to crouch, quick save, and quick load in this little corner here. And suddenly I'm way up high and I pressed right a little bit late. One of the annoying things about this part of the skip is that you kind of have to have a somewhat precise timing of when you start pressing to go right, Otherwise, you don't get onto this right here. So now, you might be wondering, why am I skipping around in the Citadel? Don't I want to be getting to the Normandy? Well, I'm working on that. Here we are.
Perimeter secured.
So, I could go and get Liara right now, but that would make the Pharos, the post-Pharos cutscene skip far more difficult than it really needs to be. And doing the planets in that order doesn't really take that much time, I've found. It does save time, but not a ton. So instead I'm going to do Novaria first, because there's really only one major fight here, and that is the Benezi fight. It does make it a little bit more dangerous, unfortunately, but it's still not too bad.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Yeah, I do like the Shadow Broker DLC in Mass Effect 2.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Yeah, in fact, if you miss skips in a lot of other places, you'll end up quote-unquote on the Normandy. So, figure that one out. It's like the Normandy's kind of sort of always there, even when it's not. It's just too bad you can't skip to it earlier.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Now there's another free scroll skip I could do here. I haven't been getting it consistently in practice, so I'm not going to go for it. But I could skip this dialogue and the next one coming up right here. And in real time it doesn't really save any time, so I don't want to get bumped back to that first one by missing this.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent
Someone like Ashley.
For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
So there's supposed to be this little quest line that you do here, and you know, you're not supposed to have access to this until you do it. But if you've looked at the way that this game, this run has been going so far, and you see this glass here, get in there. I'll give you one guess of what's going to happen. Crouch, quick save, quick load. And now I'm in there. Yeah, that's one of the few elevators that's still there. Well, to be fair, Strife Rider, boobs. Where are you? Sometimes that happens. I don't really find even Car that endearing, to be honest. I mean, the voice actor's fine, but I find the character bland. Yeah, she does voice one of the characters in that, doesn't she? Hey, at a certain point, you take what you can get, Strife. Oh, wow. Nice one. I'm gonna have to actually take this part a little bit carefully now. Still, that... I think that was amusing enough that... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. I know we're taking damage. There we go. So yeah, that happens sometimes. When you just kind of clip something a little bit in the Mako, things like that happen. It's just one of the things that you have to deal with running this game. And I probably do that kind of thing more often than most, simply because if I don't try to kill things along the way in these Mako sections, I just find them to be really boring. Mixer having issues. I never would have expected that. For those of you who don't know, I've helped run one of these kinds of events, and we used Beam, which it was still called at that point. And half the time it worked great, half the time it was a complete shit show. I never had too much success with parking the Mako on top of those things and having them actually stay down. I may as well mention right now that you're going to see a rather interesting graphical glitch in a couple minutes. As far as I can tell, it has to do with my old-ass graphics card and its drivers, which are up to date, by the way. But I went through uninstalling, reinstalling the drivers, my game itself, all along down the line, and it still happens. But fortunately, it's amusing. Get ready. There it is. So yeah, that's a thing that happens. Not entirely sure why, but it does. That always has a grenade, so it's worth picking it up. Takes about a second to pick up. Each grenade saves a little over twice that in running. Ah! And now Caden's normal. Now Tally's normal. So yeah, that's... I don't even know. It's Mass Effect, it's a BioWare game. That's all you need to know. Ah. Accidentally became fatigued there, but that happens. AMD GPU related, good to know. Well, that's a problem I might have for a while. Unless the new AMD stuff is better. The weird thing is... Oh yeah, CPU. Yeah, it would have to be because I'm actually running NVIDIA graphics. Gotta kill all those so I can save in quick load here. Normally you're supposed to repair this place before you can leave, but instead we're gonna fly high. This is what the sky looks like, by the way. It's totally just a cube that's kind of warped to look normal when you're down in the ground. If you fly high enough up, like an astronaut might, then you'd see the same thing in real life, totally. Maybe, is it not that? Maybe it's just it's an old game and drivers don't handle it well anymore, I don't know. That is a thing that happens. Alignment looks... I need to go a little bit farther this way. And I missed. I was too far right. Wow. You can blame me for just kind of napping on my positioning there. I thought I was farther left than I was, and then when you get closer to that thing that I use as a guide, basically, it becomes much easier to tell where exactly your position is. And I was a bit too far right. I realized at the end, just a little bit too late. It's an unfortunate one to mess up, but this time I have my positioning right. Gotta be a little careful here because you can soft lock. I have to do that again. There we go. It's not the greatest port either, if we're being completely honest. Like, I think I looked up the studio that made the port, and other than this, they like made one or two other ports and then a bunch of shovelware. So now I'm actually using my free scrolling mouse for a little bit. Because there's a skip that I can do here that is pretty consistent.
Stand down. Sorry.
Except when it isn't, apparently.
Hell, man the perimeter.
Fortunately, the shotgun just kind of murders those things.
I think we're good, Commander.
Now, there's another set of stuff that I would normally have to do to get to the Benezia fight, but instead going up to the sky again, flying high again. And I do actually want to take my weapon out here, because one of the quirks about this kind of falling bit that you do this whole time is that you only can stop yourself dead with the menu, like I'm going to do in a sec here, if you have your weapon out. And yeah, that's right. I messed that up, actually. There we go. So now I'm just going to fall for a bit more. There's the area I'm going. Whee! And now I'm in the Benezia fight. Yeah, Advanced Orb is actually useful in the Thorian fight. Go ahead and bind these new powers that I got. And now, quite often, your party needs help taking out these guys. Usually, that guy doesn't go all the way over there, but that happens sometimes. I didn't actually want the shotgun there, but I can deal with it. There we go. Sometimes powers just miss, which is fun.
No life. They always said there would be a...
So, I don't want to do that fight again, and I need to pick a specific dialogue here. So, I'm gonna do a quick save right there before heading into this. So I mentioned earlier that you're kind of forced into Renegade. The reason is there's a way to skip the penultimate boss in the game, and that requires either a bunch of Persuade or Intimidate, and to do that you need either a bunch of Paragon or Renegade points. And it's actually faster to save the Arachnite Queen, so New Game Plus, when you already have enough persuasiveness, I would save the Arachnite Queen, which is the easier dialogue, but instead, here, you need the renegade points, so you kill the Rakdai Queen. Yeah, the problem is Arvuti, that the amount of Persuade or Intimidate you can get is capped based on your amount of Paragon and Renegade points. Yeah, like Letters said. So now I'm gonna go for my first cutscene skip. Got it. So pull out your weapon there. It's much, much easier with a free scroll wheel. Without it, you get it about, I don't know, I get it about 1 in 3 times maybe. With the free scroll wheel, it's more like 90–95%. It's not quite free, but it's close. And I'm doing Pharos next because if you have Liara, the cutscene skip at the end of this planet becomes much, much more difficult. Don't ask me why, it's a BioWare game, and it's weird.
Message coming in.
Commander Shepard.
Oh, Nasana Dantius, whatever. You're a side quest, and this is not a 100% run. Yeah, basically on this planet, one of the things you're supposed to do is either save or kill a bunch of colonists. And, well, you don't kill any of them, and they end up there after killing the Thorian. But you get renegade points anyway, because of the way the game is programmed. Now remember how I said I was going to use Ashley for one fight? The Thorian fight, like I kind of mentioned earlier, is the fight, so I'm actually going to be bringing her and Caden because, from what I can tell, Caden and Talia are about the same, and I should select Caden.
Logged. The commanding officer.
Oh, no one has done a completed 100% run, by the way. There's a little bit of debate whether, you know, what exactly the definition should be for completing a quest.
Up the stairs past the freighter.
Because you can basically skip a bunch of quests instead of completing them, and they still look like they're completed in your journal. Because that makes sense. Otherwise, I probably would have done at least one of them by now, just to have one done. Because it is mostly routed, actually. But yeah, Pharos becomes a really quick planet because there's this crate here. If this crate weren't here, it would be much, much longer. Oh, come on. Line up there. Quick save. Quick load. And now I'm at the Thorian fight. And even though I didn't kill any of the colonists, I'm going to get renegade points as if I had. Yeah, open world can be good, but it has to be done well. Being open world for the sake of being open world is like being edgy for the sake of being edgy. It just doesn't work out well. So I picked up Advanced Marksman for more pistol damage and Advanced Warp because Warp... Bye-bye, by the way. Warp helps against the nodes because it reduces their damage reduction. And that means more damage, which means you kill them quicker and have to kill less of these Thorian creepers. And it's important that you kill these Asari clones as quickly as possible because they bring up barriers and they also do a lot more to increase Thorian nodes' damage resistance than your basic enemies. So I'm going to be alternating between powers that will kind of take them out of the fight temporarily. Now I'm going to stop to kill a few of these guys, partly for Caden's survival because I want him around to beat up more hits. I hate it when that happens. I'm actually going to slow this down a little bit and let him revive here because I want him around for safety. Come on. There we go. I also wanted to kill those creepers in that area because they affect this node's damage resistance, and it makes that one go much, much quicker if you kill them. He usually dies here, that's fine. I just want him to survive to this point because it can get pretty precarious if he dies. I love it when the game thinks you should be doing a melee attack and you don't want to. I like it when games actually have a separate button for melee. This one does not. Just like it also does not have a dedicated button for cover. I wish it did. Okay, any minute now. There we go. Ashley's probably going to drop, but I want to get over here. Yeah. That's the most annoying thing that the Asari clones can do. There, now she's dead. So that was kind of a slow end part, but that happens sometimes. In a marathon, I'd rather take it safe and actually complete the fight, you know, and not die. Now, I actually don't want to start dialoguing too quickly here because you can actually interrupt it and cost yourself time.
Try to relax. Slow, deep breath.
And then this little part is unskippable.
Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe.
I'm probably not going to play Anthem, honestly. I don't really play those types of games either. Yeah, that BioWare kind of died with, I'd say Mass Effect 3 probably, kind of in the Dragon Age 2 Mass Effect 3 in there.
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
Little dialogue skip there. Doesn't really cost any real time. Yeah, that was kind of the end of it, is what I mean. Like, I'm talking the death and where it ended, not like the last games that really fit that mold at all. Now this is the annoying cutscene skip, even though... Oh, I didn't even get the save. So, fortunately, missing it is also much less painful if you don't have Liara. And that's one of those tricks that only saves in-game time, not real time.
Good timing, Commander.
Because you have to do the save and load twice, which is obviously not so fast. Now that that's over with, the remaining cutscene skips are much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get Liara now, because I'd like her around for Vermeer. So at the beginning of this, there's a long Mako section.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange.
And honestly, that's most of the planet.
It's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
So there's really only one major trick in the part that's intended to be a Mako section, and that's a jump that I'm going to be doing, gate skip. There's another one, you can jump over that lava, but it's really, really dumb. Not worth going for in a real-time attempt, much less a marathon run. But, I don't know. Try to keep it interesting by quick-scoping that armature a couple times and actually getting the kill. It's about all you can do. And here's the gate skip.
I don't think we can take that strong point head on.
And that was a really weird drift, so I didn't get it. I was just a bit right, and for whatever reason, the Mako ended up tilted a little bit, and pushed me farther to the left than I wanted to be. It's actually not as hard of a trick as you'd think it is, once you give it a little practice. Well, it depends on your definition of tilted. Because sometimes it's on an even plane, but it's always tilted. Squish. Or more like go flying. I hate that. The geometry of that little bit where the path here starts is really annoying. It's a nice relaxed tempo for that mash too, on spacebar for the gate skip. Like, you don't go crazy or anything. Because really all it is preventing the game from letting the Mako get too much downward momentum. Kind of optimizing your lift versus fall, as opposed to the basic full burn, where it would look a little bit more like a parabola. I want to kill these guys so I can quick save here, because there's a chance of soft locking in this. This is the other trick, and definitely the harder of the two Mako tricks you do in this planet. First try, like a boss. So that is significantly more difficult than it looks. The Mako is not supposed to be in here, and did I just soft locked? I think. No, we in there. Yeah, basically you want to enter at a particular angle, and then you just kind of get bounced through. It was entirely possible that I had soft locked there, but fortunately I didn't. I have definitely soft locked it. Get a little quick damage on the armature. Try to optimize it so that the amount of time spent running, you know, like actually on the move, is maximized and killing Geth is minimized, because you do actually have to kill all the Geth to get in there. And yeah, that last little clip that I did there of kind of flipping into the loading zone, that was what a sir might call a speed entertainment trade-off. It was intentional. Way to use throw on the railing, Shepard. So, elevators suck. I don't want to use them. Oh, stream was ripping. Fun. Anyway, mining laser. Have to use it. Area not clear of enemies. It also means... Oh, I was able to quick save there. Anyway, that is something you have to do. Hi, Liara. She's going a little bit crazy, or at least thinks she is, because this is the third planet. If you want to do something, see something funny on a casual playthrough, do this last of the 4 main worlds, because her dialogue is really funny. She's like, no, you're a hallucination. Now the hallucination is inside here with me. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Wait, you're real? Oh my god, you're real! And it's hilarious. Little touches like that. It's always nice when game devs do that.
Perimeter clear.
There we go. Average laser. Yeah. So, you might be wondering why I'm running up here instead of down there where the elevator up to in there is, but, well, walls are just suggestions in this game, so we in there. Hi, Liara. So that sequence is always the same on console. One of the very, very few advantages it has over the PC version. But with PC, yeah, it's random. Just trial and error. Don't. That would be more fun. I like having advanced throw for this Krogan Battlemaster too. Basically, certain enemies have thresholds for which level of a power you need to use for them to be affected by it. Or can't be affected by it at all. That Krogan Battlemaster, and most Krogan actually, can only be affected by advanced or higher throw. And yeah, this fight is rough on Insanity. Another cutscene skip coming up. This one is usually pretty easy. Yeah, that's exactly why it sucks, Strife Rider. No cover. Now it's off to Vermeer. So this is the last of the 4 main worlds before the end game.
Commander, I'm reading a signal. Must be our Solarian infiltration tube.
And thus begins the Liara and Tali show, because my alien babes are good.
We'll go in hot and take them out.
I'll get you in underneath their radar, Commander. You've got it clean. I know the drill. Meet you at the camp once those towers are offline. Joke around.
Another Mako section. This one is at least, I think, a little bit more interesting than the one on Therum, except for the glitches in Therum. Because there's at least driving you have to do, and there's lots of enemies that you can kill along the way. So it makes it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Strife Rider. Because, like, the Benet fight, the Thorian fight, the Krogan Battlemaster fight, appropriately enough, more or less the boss fights, except usually not Saren. Maybe the final boss, though. But there are a few places that are a little bit trickier. Whoops. Squish. Oh, hi there, Colossus. Get dunked. Ah, missed. I was gonna try to kill that Colossus without quick scoping it, but that's a little tricky. Now I'm going to precisely position the Mako here. I'm going to tell my party to just kind of wait there, because I don't want them to kill all the enemies. Get out of my way. Whole idea there is to be able to sprint back to the Mako right here and get in without having to go all the way around. Not gonna let that go, are you? I don't like that positioning. The part of the Mako that matters is a little bit back, and that's better. This one I don't have to bring or tell the party to wait, because they usually don't finish off all the enemies. Yeah, that was almost too far in, so the original positioning would not have worked. I was right. But yeah, you want to know how I'm going to decide whom to save and whom to kill? It's whoever ends up in a specific area who lives. And whoever ends up in that area, for me, because I use Tali and Liara endgame, is whoever makes the dialogue easiest. So, by default, Caden gets sent to the wrong place, just because it means I can scroll wheel right through the entire dialogue, and, well, yeah. So Ash wins because of laziness.
So? I just got a bad feeling about this place.
And there's the decision that matters. Deciding who goes with the Solarians. Whoever goes with the Solarians dies. Because of speed. Nice speech. Let's skip it.
Com check. Do you read me? And Commander, if you see any way to undermine their defenses, we could definitely. Shadow is on the ground.
And for the record, if there had been a ton of support for saving Caden instead, I might have done it. Maybe. But if I had messed up the dialogue, I wouldn't have gone back and changed my decision. Vermeer is actually kind of fun, I think. It's a lot of moving run and gun. There are a couple skips. Nothing too major.
We're getting pounded. Bunker up before the aircraft return.
Yeah. Morden's great. Oh, jeez. He is the very model of a scientist Solarian. I actually don't know, Pathogen. Knocking that guy down because I could, not because I plan on killing him. Rex is awesome, Salty Peanuts. Oh yeah, by default, if you don't bring in a save from Mass Effect 1, Rex is dead. Because it gives you, like, renegade / worst decision on everything. And who needs to do plot stuff when you can just quick save, quick load, and walk through a bridge instead of walking over it? There we go. Caden was in the way. Or not Caden, that would have been Liara. Now I'm going to give myself 2 shots at a good weapon here by quick saving right here, because that's before these... There are these 3 crates after this, actually 4, but only 3 of them have weapons. And I want a good weapon. But like I said, if I don't get one in 2 tries, I'm just going to keep going. Edge 4 is not great. But did I get a better one? I have a Raikou 5. Nice. Yeah, I'll keep it the armor-piercing rounds, and we'll go with Sure, that's fine. That works. Raikou, and it's one of the two models you want to get, because it has really high damage for its level. The other one that you would also really like is a Stiletto, which is a bit less accurate and overheats a little bit faster, but deals a little bit more damage per shot. So, either one of those, and I'm a happy man. It's also one of the reasons that I do as much of killing random enemies and enemies in the Mako along the way as I do. Oh, nice throw there. At least they still died quickly. So, that drastically increases my chances of having a smooth final boss. If you get one of those. It's pretty much all you can ask for here.
That's the gun. We need to clear those gaps to get the charges set. The charges are set and ready. Everybody get low and keep your heads down.
Now we get to wait. I'm gonna leave all of these just because they're useful in the fight against Saren. Otherwise, I'd consider walking up to one and blowing it up in Shepard's face because that's funny and he doesn't actually die, but eh. I'll go for a little bit of optimization here. So this is the area you want to come back to because you can get back to it quicker. And that's pretty much the whole reason you save whomever ends up here, as opposed to the one that ends up at the turrets. Do a little leveling up. I need to get to 9 Intimidate here. And then max throw. And the rest can go into Lift. Not that I'm going to use Lift now, but it is where I'm going to be putting those points eventually, so might as well get started now. Ooh, that was actually a little dangerous. And wanting to have me melee there, which was fun. Quick save just in case I'm a derp and mess up this dialogue. I have done that. It's not that I think it's likely, but one button press and about 1/4 of a second. Alright.
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
Of course it was the right decision. Yeah, you can't get any bonuses to Paragon or Renegade from appearance, though, because somehow in this world everyone is blind. You can have the most hideous monstrosity at Shepard, and he's somehow incredibly attractive to all the ladies, or guys, depending. So yeah, AI is a thing. It needs to be activated. It wasn't.
Get out. We can't hold. Left flank, suppressing fire, suppressing.
And rip Caden. Well, maybe not yet.
Of course, it was all for nothing. One sign. No.
It's important that I get that dialogue choice there. There we go. One last cutscene skip after this, and I'm done with my mouse. For those of you who came in late and missed it, I saved Ashley because I'm lazy about dialogue choices and use Tali and Liara for the endgame anyway. I counted in negatives. Oh man. It'd be funny if it's actually true.
Alright, everybody, hang on!
There we go. Only missed the one, and that's the one that matters the least. So now it's back to the Citadel, and our ship's going to be impounded. So we're going to have to figure out a way to get around that, unfortunately. You know, undo the lockdown and all that.
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine.
Also,
we've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until...
You son of a bitch. So we're on the Citadel now, and we have to try to figure out a way to, you know, unlock the Normandy. These guys.
The commanding officer is assured.
Oh boy, we'd get the Normandy back if we went over there. You know what? I think I'm just gonna try to get around those guys. Let's try going in here, maybe. Oh hey, no Normandy. So yeah. Well, wait, I didn't duck, did I? I didn't. There we go. So yeah, you can just clip back into the Normandy. Wait, did I get that bad of a position, really? Okay. This is salvageable, I think. I just gotta figure out where I am. That's way back there? No. This is unusual. Okay, now I can tell about where I am. Let's see if I soft lock. Nope. We in there. Hi, Liara. There's Liara again. 2 Liaras. Alright, so basically what I must have done there is I wasn't far enough like, I should have run for about a split second longer. I think. I'm not exactly sure how I got it wrong, but I did manage to figure it out, fortunately. So, we're on to Ilos. That, by the way, is far and away my least favorite skip in the game. Because there's no completely precise way to do it. You just have to do a setup and trust that you got the setup right. Fortunate thing is usually you can adjust. And of course I'm not doing a side quest. This is a speed run. That's not 100%. Yeah, the game hasn't crashed yet. Yet. And if it's got this far, there's a good chance it won't. You may have noticed a little bit of a weapon swap sound there. Yeah, and a lot of those places you can weapons, delay the game, even quick save, quick load, and soft lock it. There are all sorts of weird things you can do.
You two, keep moving inside now.
Before Seren finds the conduit. Wait.
So I'm going to back up the Mako a little bit here, just to get it in a better position. Take out the pistol, Shepard. So yeah, that glitch pops up again on Ilos. And I think is the best on Ilos as well. Because some of the things that it affects are just hilarious. One of the more entertaining elevators just because of that, fortunately. Ilos has the most unskippable elevators. Technically, these first two you can skip, but oh man, is that trick dumb. It's so dumb. Oh, really? There's one left. That's uncommon. You do have to kill all the Geth there to interact with that thing. That console. But fortunately, as long as you kill the destroyers, you're able to kill any that survive out the window like that pretty consistently. So now the Mako section. This first bit is a classic example of just have them do something while the NPCs exposit to you, and yeah. The second section, fortunately, is a little bit more interesting, but we have a bit more elevator riding before that. And again, it is technically possible to skip the elevator, but that skips only saves about 7 seconds, and it's really easy to soft lock.
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep them cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong. This bunker became their tomb. The pods are dead as well as anyone inside.
All of them? There must be hundreds of those pods. What was Saren expecting to find?
Oh, it gets better. The black squares get better. Starting right here.
It's a trap. Saren must have set an
Because look at this elevator.
Behind this.
Everything is darkness. Darkness will conquer all! Or maybe not. We'll see. Game isn't over yet. Even though the Reapers are coming. I see an elevator and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, the raw blocks will make it black. Gotta have fun with it. Oh yeah. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute horror. I cannot live. I cannot die. Trapped in myself. Body my holding cell. Landmine has taken my sight, taken my speech, taken my hearing, taken my arms, taken my legs, taken my soul, left me with life in hell. So this is the more interesting part. I passed a tree root that just completely will destroy you and flying if you clip it, because it's just the tiniest little thing, and when the Mako clips something tiny, it's obviously much worse than hitting something big and substantial. But I did say that the best part about this texture glitch was coming up. Brace yourselves for the conduit.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
Well, you'll be able to see it better later.
We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
Glad at least some of you enjoyed the tunes.
Activate the defenses. Seal the station. The arms aren't moving. System's not responding. Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council! Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
Fun Colossi. I can't help it. It's so beautiful. I have to go towards it.
Critical failure detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
Rip Mako. Press F to pay respects. Also to use Metagel. Hi, Metagel. Let me kill you. Whee! Wait. That one not die? It didn't. Okay then. So this is a corner. It may not look like one, but it is. And now I'm on top of here. Which is convenient because there's this whole long section and I'm just going to skip right to the end of it.
I've lost shields.
There's no real reason to kill these turrets other than just, you know, to do something, but I think it makes it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, I've got the Mako stuck upside down too. Quite a few times, in fact. Especially since I'm responsible for the routing in 100%. So this is the second to last boss. There are a couple ways to approach it.
I was afraid you've lost. Now my doubts.
And this is one of them. It's the fast one. Why fight your enemy when they can fight themselves? Reset to St. Caden. Okay, now I want to actually level up here. Max lift, and the rest goes into Vanguard because more damage.
Norman,
select the faster cutscene, which is saving the council.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
And because it's a shorter cut, council lives. Just kind of like we select who lives and dies by where they end up. The one guarding the nuke lives. We want there to be a 100% category, but we have to decide exactly what it takes to finish a mission officially before we can officially call it. And I don't know that any of us care quite enough to actually go that deep into it.
The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
So this is a 2-section boss fight, and time is on the last hit in the 2nd section.
Make sure he's dead.
There's an in between the 2 parts. Yeah. I don't particularly want to do it, I just would do it because someone would. I wouldn't optimize it or anything.
He's dead.
Andromeda 100% for 50 euros. That's not a great hourly wage. So if all goes well, this boss will be stun locked and I will kill it before it can really do anything.
I am Sovereign and Nation.
And it likes to lag there, so I tend to usually open up my menu a little bit just to get a little bit of extra time. Okay, phase 1 good. 3 hours of breaks. Okay. So yeah, get ready on time because it is at the end of this next section.
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
And time. Looks like with loads removed, that was sub 150, so not bad for a marathon, considering some of the mistakes I made. I don't know if you guys want to move on right away, but otherwise we can let the ending play out a little bit. Yeah, that sounds about right, RTA.
Its shields are down. Now's our chance.
Hit it with everything we got.
Anyway, thanks for having me, thanks for watching, good luck to everyone else, and I'll see you guys.
Go!
Captain Anderson, we found them. They're in here.
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Ambassador, Captain, Commander Shepard. We have gathered here to recognize the enormous contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign and the Geth.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. By defeating Sovereign, you have saved billions of lives. You have the courage of your convictions and a ruthless determination to succeed. Through your actions, you have become a symbol of everything humanity represents.
Your species has an indomitable will, a fierce, savage spirit that will not...
You guys can cut away whenever you want, by the way. I'm just leaving this running in case you wanted to show it.
Even dangerous.
But now we understand that these traits are what make you strong. There are dark times ahead. The Council needs humanity and its strength.
As the Alliance Ambassador, I accept your offer. Humanity will join its strength to yours. We will take our seat on the Council.
We will need a list.